Yo, how's it going, everyone? I just woke up, and now we're gonna play Kohaku Route a bit more. I don't know how exactly long I'm gonna play for today. Probably roughly around like 40 minutes. We're just gonna continue on a bit, see where we get. I do plan on finishing Kohaku Route by the weekend, so that should be pretty good. Since we are gonna be skipping through most of it, the stuff that we've already seen in Hisui Route, I did turn the option to skip parts previously read on as well. So that should work out pretty good. Yeah, this is going to be part 2 of my playthrough, so if you haven't seen part 1, or if you haven't seen my other stuff, yeah, please check it out. It starts with Arcueid Route, then Hisui, and then Kohaku Route. But yeah, let's get going. To be honest, Kohaku-san has the hardest job because she has to prepare the feast for the 4 of us. I don't think I can be that much of a help in cooking, but I'll see Kohaku-san. Oh yeah, I paused it right before the party, so this should be pretty fun. Especially since Kohaku Route and we're choosing Kohaku more so. The kitchen has already become a battlefield. On each counter there's an amount of ingredients, and I get the urge to turn around and go back as soon as I enter. Shiki-san, is there anything I can do for you? Kohaku-san peeks her head through. No, I was thinking maybe I could help or something. But it seems like I've entered a world where I shouldn't be. That really helps. To tell the truth, I was thinking of going to ask you for some help. Really? But I don't really have any cooking skills, so I'm unsure if I can even help Kohaku-san. Not at all. It is something anyone can do. Come on, please lend me a hand. Kohaku-san takes my hand and pulls me with her. Not really understanding what's going on, I end up helping Kohaku. After calming down a bit, I realized that the kitchen is actually pretty small for a mansion so large. They probably had a much bigger galley when there were many people living in the mansion, but with just Akiha and Hisui, Kohaku and I, they had the smaller kitchen prepared. So I'm guessing what they did is they just turned one of the rooms or one of the parts into a kitchen, kind of. Or they totally redid everywhere. But honestly, this kitchen looks pretty good. Although the countertops look kind of basic, I'm just saying. But yeah, I guess what honestly probably did is he just took an actual picture of a lot of these backgrounds, maybe, or well, probably not. He probably just drew. They probably just got them drawn up. That doesn't make any sense. They probably just drew them up. But yeah, it looks pretty photorealistic, so pretty good. Here, please wash your hands and use this apron. Yo, Shiki with an apron? That's what I want to see. I really hope in the remake we actually get to see that. I don't know whose taste this is a reflection of, but she hands me an apron and says, "Quiet, unsociable person" on it. I'll start you off with a simple test, Shiki-san. When it's all done, I'll have another task for you. Kohaku-san is in a good mood. First I have to take the shells off of all these shrimp. So I have a knife lightly hitting the cutting board. Kohaku-san's swimming fills the kitchen. She must be immersed in cooking because she doesn't say much. As for me, I actually enjoy peeling the shrimp. Keep on peeling the skin. You know, this really brings back memories. Before the incident, before I left the mansion, I played like this several times with Kohaku-san and Akiha. We were young then, and we didn't even think about how we were of the opposite gender. We were just in a spacious mansion, and all we knew was the continuous fun of every day. We played around so much, we forgot about all the things that bothered us before. Or maybe in order to forget the bothersome past, we tried to pass our days with as much fun as possible. Shiki-san, you really have taken a liking to peeling those shrimp, haven't you? Huh? Not really. Why do you ask? Because you look like you're having so much fun. You know Hisui-chan, her eyebrows would always be so scrunched by the time she gets done. Really, I'm surprised. She looks like the type that would do it without complaint. Yeah, for some reason Hisui's poor at cooking. She's really great at cleaning and arranging things. Is that so? I always felt that both you and Hisui could do anything. If that was true, I would be very happy, but both Hisui-chan and I are merely normal, so we have our faults too. Hisui-chan's sense of taste is a little strange, so even when she makes things that she thinks are delicious for Aki-sama or I, it tastes really strange. Yeah, probably. See, so that's why Hisui doesn't cook. Hisui's sense of taste is a little odd. Kohaku-san, what's her fault, I wonder? Well, come to think of it, you and Hisui are different in your own ways. Kohaku-san and I are... Kohaku-san, you were always cheerful while Hisui stayed in the mansion back then. Oh, did I look that cheerful? I thought I was always watching you all though. Yeah, I remember. You'd always run around with us, but you would tell us to stop doing dangerous things and look out for us. Ah, I really do remember. Playing tag in the courtyard of the mansion. Trying as hard as we could to catch the old man's carp in the pond. Remember that time where we left the mansion from the gate, right? We didn't know the way to get back, so you ended up calling the mansion, and one of the mansion servants had to come pick us up. Yes, and after that, Mahisa-sama really did yell at you. Everyone was playing with you, but somehow you ended up being the only one. You did so many things, but in the end, you always saved Aki-sama and me from getting in trouble. She giggles as she speaks aloud nostalgically. What's this? Talking about old times, I really feel like I have returned now. That's right. Really don't have too many memories of this mansion, but talking about old times honestly makes me feel nostalgic. But my memories aren't just happy ones. But I did treat Hisui poorly. The girl who always in the corner of my heart. At the end, I was never able to have true conversation with that girl by the window. That girl, she was always watching us from the window. Always, it struck me. That lonely face looking down, I always thought it would be great if she could come and play. But still, before I left the mansion, she gave me that one parting gift. That's right, she was always shy even then, so I never knew what she was thinking. I always thought if Hisui-chan was happy, it wouldn't matter what happened to me. Oh, Kohaku-san, you really are a good older sister. I'm feeling happy, so I give an answer like that. Ah, all of a sudden, with a short sound, Kohaku-san lifts her hand. I can see she cut her finger with a kitchen knife. Uh-oh. Yeah, I mean, we've already seen this in Hisui Route, but since it's Kohaku Route, I don't want to skip it again because Kohaku fun. I want to see, and it didn't give me the prompt also. After I say that, she seems to have realized she cut her finger. Ah, that's true. That's true. Hey, Kohaku-san? I don't believe this. Even I could see that the cut is really deep, but Kohaku-san is still slow-paced. How embarrassing. I'm supposed to be such a good chef. Kohaku-san gives her normal laugh. This is no laughing matter. We have to take care of it right away. It's fine. It isn't life-threatening or anything. But doesn't it hurt? It's cut pretty bad. No, not at all. If I think it doesn't hurt, then it won't hurt. If I think this isn't my finger and that's just a finger of some doll, then I won't feel pain, right? The smile, Kohaku-san says something pretty outlandish. Well, I'm sure if you think that way, it won't hurt as much, but you can't get rid of it all. Look, let's just get you taken care of. I'm a little weak when it comes to blood, so if I have an anemic fit right here, it'll be your fault, Kohaku-san. I see, then I should take care of it right away. Well then, Shiki-san, excuse me for a moment. The whole time her smile never cracks, and giving me a bow with her head, she leaves the kitchen. Yeah, that was pretty much the same. Would you like to skip? Don't skip, because I think this is the, yeah, this is the party scene. The party scene. But I guess since it didn't give me the prompt to skip that scene, or helping Kohaku, there might have been something different in that, I would think, but this is gonna be the same. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure this is gonna be the same. Yeah, this is where they get the big drunks. The drunk. It's gotten pretty late. So we woke up eventually and we talked about unimportant things. It's probably the fault of the alcohol, but I don't remember what we talked about at all. Just meaningless warm conversation. So I guess Hisui woke up in this route. Because I wasn't used to that kind of stuff, I settled into an insecure comfort, like hanging from a silken thread. Probably because of that. In one hand, I thought it would be nice for this to continue, but on the other hand, I wanted a little more time to myself. And all of a sudden, Nissan, eyes full of anxiety, Akiha with eyes full of anxiety looks up at me. What is it? Are you feeling okay, Akiha? No, it's not that. I just got uneasy all of a sudden. Hey, Nissan. You won't go away again, will you? No, I don't know what will happen in the future, but I've decided to stay here for now. At least until I finish school and until it seems that Akiha can manage by herself. But that would imply that I would leave sometime. Stop, I don't want to hear those words. This is your house, so no matter what happens, it is best if you live here, right? After saying this, she downs her glass. An amazing sight. Yeah. As if drinking down her uneasiness, she empties her glass. Gulp, gulp. Cheeks are faintly flushed, showing that she has a buzz. Akiha sighs. But you always make me feel so uneasy, Nissan. She must be drunk, as she stares at me blankly. Seeing that, my heart starts to beat faster for no reason. Are you listening? As long as you're here, I'm fine, but you always... Her eyes look straight ahead. She's red and her eyes are glazed. This all seems very erotic. Maybe it's because I'm drunk as well. You might say, so why? Okay, huh? Nissan, I feel strange. She speaks aimlessly as if she is with someone else. This keeps up high. Here, Selma, your glass is empty. I'll pour you some more, okay? Yo, Kohaku pouring the more. Ah, yeah, thanks, Kohaku. Kohaku-san pours her another drink, which she downs promptly. And then, all of a sudden, Akiha looks very serious. Akiha, that's odd. You seem to be drunk. She massages her temple with her fingers. Seem to be drunk? You've been drunk for quite a while. What are you saying? I'm drunk, so of course that won't make sense. Place the glass on the table quickly. That's strange. I just got started. Saying that, she collapses towards me. Hey, Akiha, what are you? It's pretty obvious though. There's no response. Breathing tells me that she's happily asleep. This is rare indeed. Not seen Akiha drunk in years. Kaku-san smiles amusedly. Kaku-san, what do you mean? Well, okay, someone doesn't usually get drunk. I think I've already read most of this. I didn't start looking at Aki's face. I think it's a little bit different. But I just don't generally get the general gist of it. That doesn't mean anything. All I can think is, you know, it's going to be a thing. Shiki-sama, if Akiha-sama sleeps like that, I believe she might catch a cold. It's October, you shouldn't let her go. Also, Hisui isn't drunk this time, really, because she didn't push herself for Shiki-sama's sake, basically. I will take Akiha-sama up to her room. Yo, yeah, so Hisui's taking her up to her room. Hisui hoists Akiha over her shoulders and exits the room. The only ones left are me and Kohaku-san. Well, if Akiha-sama's asleep, then We should end this party. I will take care of tidying things up, so please return to your room, Shiki-san. I nod. I really do want to help, but I'm a little too drunk for that. If I helped in this condition, I'd probably just get in the way. No, sorry, Kawaku-san. Please take care of things. Just leave it to me, please. Good night, Shiki-san. Ho ho ho. I go out to the courtyard to clear my head of some of the alcohol. The breeze is a little cool, so it feels good against my hot skin. This is bad. I really did drink too much. All that drinking gave me a headache, and I start to feel a little dizzy. I'll probably have some nightmares tonight. Well, that's just something I have to face after drinking. Akia seemed really happy tonight. 1 or 2 nightmares is a small price to pay for that. Sitting down on a chair, I take a deep breath. The night breeze blows against my skin. There's nothing but silence. All the other houses are far from the Tono mansion. Doing this, I feel like I'm in a mansion in the middle of the woods, and I almost forget that I am a normal student. An empty, weak atmosphere. The soundless scenery of stagnation. A small fragment of memory about a garden. There is no one here there. No father to yell at us, no one to tie us down or lock us away. Or even a person who curses Tono Shiki. Tie us down and lock us away. Bro, doesn't seem like his memories. A long time ago, it all wore away, declining into some worthlessness. Something worthless. Thinking about these rambling ideas, my eyelids start to droop more and more. Shiki-san, if you sleep there, you'll catch a cold. And that voice jars me from my sleepiness. I'm sorry, Shiki-san. I guess it would have been better if you didn't drink anything tonight. Kristen says with her usual smile, looking at me. Seems like Kawaku-san must have guessed I came here to cool off. Guess I got a little carried away, not thinking about your health. I forced you to do too much. It was very tough, wasn't it? Kawaku-san apologetically keeps her distance. What is this? This doesn't seem like the normal cheery Kawaku-san. It was my decision to drink, so she shouldn't feel bad about it. Jeez, this isn't like you at all, Kawaku-san. I look at Kawaku-san, but she is still looking apologetic, so I sleepingly gaze into the forest. It wasn't tough at all. Akia was so happy and it was fun. Kawaku-san, you're just thinking about it too much. Staring blankly into the forest, I try to make my voice sound as gentle as possible. Brief silence ensues. Sounding like a rabbit poking its head out of a bush, Kawaku-san comes into view. Kawaku-san. Ah, so you are awake, Shiki-san. You got so quiet all of a sudden, I thought you'd fell asleep. She says this, scolding me. Sounds like she wants to tell... Wait, actually, I'm gonna probably use this image. Probably will. Or I'll try to find the remake. Or well, there's not a remake of this yet. There we go. Okay, that's good enough. Yeah, because that's probably one of my favorite backgrounds. It's very nice. Sounds like she wants to tell me that I shouldn't sleep here. I'm fine, Kawaku-san. I'm awake, so don't worry. I'll go back to my room once I'm done cooling off, so you can go back inside. I refuse. I wanted to cool off as well, so I'll keep you company until you're done. With her usual smile, Kawaku-san looks longingly at the fallen leaves in the forest. Well, if you feel like that, then that's fine, Kawaku-san. Kawaku-san doesn't answer, and she looks over the leaves, which crinkle as she takes each step. Long silence. Silence ensues again. Thanks, Kawaku-san. It was really fun today. I really do mean it. What do you mean? Today wasn't something you should thank us for. Maybe, but it really was fun. Come to think of it, it was the first time we did something like that. I finally felt like a part of the family. It isn't like we do didn't do things like that when I stayed at the Arimas. It's just that when I lived there, I didn't ever want to be a bother, and I couldn't concentrate on having fun like today. Family. Turning her head to the side, she asked in a soft voice. For a brief instant, it looked like Kohaku-san removed her usual mask, but she returns to her usual self. Shiki-san, as long as you stay in the mansion, you won't ever have the family you are dreaming about. All your relatives shun you, and your only ally is Akiya-sama. That means that your life here will always be painful. What she says is correct. 8 years ago, I was treated badly enough to get me out of this house, so it's natural that they still think badly of me. Well, I'm prepared for that, but it doesn't really matter. Akiya put up with it for 8 years. I'm her big brother, so I should be able to put up with it easily. Those 8 years. Since she was little, Akiya had to endure a very strict upbringing. Compared to that, my relatives disliking me really isn't that much. I see. Akiya-sama is really lucky having a brother that thinks so much of her. I don't know. I don't think I'm a good brother to Akiya. Still smiling, she continues to giggle. Seeing her laugh so much makes me feel a little embarrassed. But that is strange. Thinking only of Akiya-sama, not thinking of yourself like that. Huh? You two have led a bad life. Being disinherited and sent away. There had to have been some hard times for you too. And when you finally start to really get along with the Arima family, you come back here. You're made to leave a normal family that suited you the most due to a mere whim of the Tono house. I don't even know how to respond. That morning 3 days ago, remember the face of Kiyoko-san standing in the doorway as we parted. Didn't want to see her always steadfast person smile so sadly. Like how Aka-san said, I left a big part of me behind that was so attached to them when I left. See, Shiki-san, don't tell me that you never thought of that. No, that's something I shouldn't think about. Kaka-san, why are you... I wanted to ask why she was bringing all this up now. I wanted Kaka-san, Akiya, and Hisu to think that I came back here because I wanted to. Shiki-san, I hear her voice. I can't ignore her voice, so I look up. You know it too. We would have been happier staying with the Arima family. That, but why is she... Why? Why did you come back to the mansion now, when there is only unhappiness waiting for you here? Why is she saying that with that almost crying face? I can't answer. I just stare at Kohaku-san, as if I was in some sort of trance. You're mean asking me to talk about such difficult things. I'm sorry. I guess I must be drunk as well. Saying such things, there must be something wrong with me. She is smiling. Smiling like that, it makes it seem like she didn't even ask me something so serious. Kaka-san, about that subject earlier, isn't it natural for me to come back here to my own home? Couldn't leave Aki all alone, and I couldn't burn the Arimas forever. So that is your reason for coming back. Kaka-san seems like she understands, but that is a lie. There's another reason, something more important than Akiha. Shiki-san, what is it? Oh, it's different, Kaka-san. Really, there's another important reason. Really? Does that mean it's a secret? I don't know. Isn't that it's a secret, but it's an important memory I have that I don't want to talk about. I borrowed something when I left here, so I came back to return it. Yo, Kohaku, kinda. But it seems like Hisu doesn't remember it, though. I get up from the chair. I've cooled down, so I'm going back to my room. Raising a hand, I exit the courtyard. Kaka-san just looks at me, dumbstruck. I collapse on the bed. It's probably the fault of the alcohol as I start to feel very sleepy. It's probably because I said those words to Kaka-san. I start to think about the promise I made 8 years ago. You can never come back to this mansion ever again. I still remember the time when my father said those words to me, my feelings as I left my room. That time when I realized that I would be all alone just like I was before I met Sensei. Not being able to keep my promise with Sensei, I guess I became empty inside. That time the girl I spoke with only once. That was my only saving grace. Don't know what kind of magic was in those words. Give it back, okay? Just those words. But to me, those words meant so much back then. I always thought those words were important. Well, it seems that Hisu forgot she ever said them, though. Oh well, it can't be helped. It was just a promise I made as a children. It's a shame, but it really can't be helped. 8 years is a long time. Actually, remembering a promise from your childhood is stranger than forgetting it, I suppose. Well, I should sleep. Taking a breath, I close my eyes. I sink into a deep sleep. Yup. I feel my heart and my body awakes, roasting. My throat is burning. Yeah, nightmares. It says it's past midnight. Yeah, this is funny. This is where he's gonna... Wait, I don't know if it's not giving me a skip prompt. So if my eyes, blood of mad design, have a pulse. I think I've read this before. Or more. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I read this before. This is where this is where he kills, but it's actually the other dude. The only thing here is flayed spaghetti with meat sauce, of course. 3 dead bodies. That's funny. On the ground is my knife engraved with Nanatsu Yoru. This means it doesn't even require thought. I did this. Pick up my knife. I can't believe it, but what is done is done. Now that I realize that my once burning body has cooled down. Now that I'm done, I should get back to the mansion. Someone's coming. Someone comes down the pathway. This place is already overflowing with spaghetti. Now I have to make some more meat sauce on top of that. Footsteps approach. Dark shadow becomes a little clearer. I grip my knife. The shadow enters the alley. Sound of metal slashing. I can't believe it. That any indication at all. That shadow totally intercepted my attack. The enemy also uses a knife. Attacks canceled each other's fatal strikes to the throat. Yo, wait a heck. That's surprising. Our voices overlap in the darkness. Both put away our knives at the same time. Didn't expect to see my kind here after coming back. This is my first time seeing a killer. He laughs as he says this. Pure laugh without any bad intentions. It's like a laugh of a boxer that finally cut weight and steps into the ring to face his greatest lifetime rival. Probably, I have the same smile on my face. He snorts as he turns around. We walk out to the main street. This looks like a good spot. It's a bit odd for 2 grown men to be standing about, isn't it? I sit down on the sidewalk. As if he just thought of something, he keeps walking to the vending machine. Hey, give me some money. I don't have any. I'm not exactly rich right now, but I give him the biggest coin I have. I always wanted to try this. He says this happily and buys 2 cans of coffee. Catch. Yo, what is going on? I get the change and a can of coffee. He sits by my side and takes a drink out of the can. For some reason, I think this is all I've been doing all day. Yuck, I think cigarettes and coffee are that great. I wonder why adults even drink these things. They're training their endurance. Being an adult is pretty hard work. Ah, I see. You're pretty smart. He chuckles, delighted. I take a drink as well. Can't help but agree with him. It must be awfully suicidal wanting to drink something that tastes like poison. Well, anyway, you're a pretty awful guy. How could you just suddenly strike at someone's throat like that? You're one to talk. You were trying to kill me too. Is that so? Well, what's done is done. We're both alive, so we'll call it even. Well, he's right. We both tried to kill each other, so even if one of us died, we'd still be even. As a competition, that sounds right. Even though he keeps saying that it is disgusting, he keeps happily drinking the coffee. Well, this isn't a bad once you get used to it. This feels like a get-together of bad boys kicked out of society. He says so, killing a smile. Really? Well, you want to smoke? We look more like the bad boys that way. I'll pass. They numb the brain. If you want to remain pure, you shouldn't take any poison. So says the guy drinking coffee. What's with you? You're pretty nitpicky for a killer. Humans eat poison every day, so isn't this alright? You have some tolerance against it too, right? Laughs loudly. Feel the exact same way, so I take another sip. Yo, I speak with him for another hour. We ramble about nothing as we watch cars go by. The most pointless thing was probably our special powers. My eyes that can see death, his body that dies with great difficulty. We began by discussing their principles. I see. Well, does that mean you can kill the 5 senses? He says such nonsense. I can't do that. I can't kill something so vague that needs an expression to be understood. Not at all. Look, if you wanted to kill sight, kill the eyes. Hearing, kill the ears. I can do at least that much, but you're different. You can kill... Wait, you can kill things without crushing them. The moment you see those lines, you can kill. Not the object, but its very meaning. Yeah. That's why something beyond the 5 senses, like the 6th sense, spirit and emotion, you should be able to kill those things too. Well, he has a point. Eyes themselves are an aberration. Using logic to understand them is a mistake from the start. Then, can I kill that too? That apparition that I saw once in my childhood? The haunting thing called Crimson Red Vermilion. That seems hard. If I do that, I don't know how much longer I could stay sane. Yeah, it's like trying to calculate as a god using the mind of a human. You'd cripple yourself for sure. He says this and walks towards the vending machine again. Hey, still looking at the vending machine, he puts his hand behind him towards me. I toss him a coin which he catches skillfully and uses to buy another can of coffee. After drinking this, he turns to me again. It really has been a long time since I talked to another person. That's really weird. That's strange. Were you stranded on an island somewhere? Huh? I'm still stranded on this island. Seems I'm out of alignment with society. They say someone who kills people for no reason is just crazy. There's really no way someone like me who's out of tune could have a conversation with someone in tune. Huh. So we're out of tune? Yeah. It's not a matter of who's off tune. Those out of tune with society are the ones out of tune. Really, maybe society is the one out of tune instead. What do you mean by that? Exactly what I said. Didn't you say that just now? It's like majority rule. Views of the minority that aren't the same as the views of the majority are said to be unstable and rejected. It doesn't matter who is in the right or wrong. If you don't fit in, you're left out regardless of if you're the right or wrong. The term out of tune doesn't follow universal rules. Hey, so are you trying to say that killers like us aren't evil? Who knows? I don't really know about good or evil, but if you think about it logically, we aren't the ones out of tune. Let's see, how about using boxes as an example? Doesn't have to be boxes, but it will be an easy example to understand. Boxers, their job is to punch people, but not just to punch people. They painfully cut weight to train every day to skillfully punch people. To effectively punch others, to effectively defeat others. They diligently work on it every day, like sharpening a blade. What do you think of that? Huh? There are people like that? And not that. No, that's all. They just punch each other, but they don't kill their opponents. Sure, some could die from accidents, but it isn't considered murder. Isn't that incredible? I mean, it's okay to kill? No, you aren't supposed to kill. But you could. Isn't that a huge contradiction? That's not all, because a boxer's first fist is considered a weapon. They aren't allowed to fight outside the ring. This is incredible. They know a boxer's fist is a weapon, so why is there such a profession in the first place? If it's a weapon that can kill, they should abolish it. Killing is wrong, killing is wrong. But this world is full of tools to kill. Even the law allows it. But they say it's not alright to kill. This can only be considered chaos. If common sense is what is thought of as good by majority of people, then we aren't out of tune. If there is anything out of tune, it's this world. That said, I don't really necessarily hate boxing. There are a lot of professions out there, but there aren't any others we can be so stuck about your objectiveness. Strengthen yourself by cutting yourself off from all temptations. Humans are interested in strength that they can easily comprehend. That's why competitions will never go away. Of all of these competitions, the ones people like the most are where the contestants hurt each other. Admiration of the strong. A mindset that can only be drawn towards strength. But it's probably a very healthy mind. As guys like him and I can think of only of results, our colors might be similar, but our shapes could be completely different. Something you can concentrate on and forget yourself. That doesn't become an individual's free will. Those that worship education, those that immolate themselves in art, those who advance themselves in business. If an individual could decide that, then this world would be a pretty puzzle that could be understood. But this puzzle is full of holes. Pieces are missing and a lot of pieces won't fit. I see. You like to talk a lot, don't you? I had a friend like that once. How do you say this? Well, he didn't have anything, which is why he looked like he didn't want anything. To me, he seemed very isolated. Isolation is just another name for loneliness, right? That is why it bugged me. Huh. Didn't want anything. What about you? Is there something that you want? I don't know. I think I used to, but I can't remember now. What about you? Everyone wants something, but I haven't found anything worth dreaming for. A fire within me that caused me to lose my mind. Tonight was maybe my first time feeling that. Means you're a killer too? I don't know. I can't be sure yet. What about you? Is killing fun? Are you stupid? If it was fun, I'd be doing it non-stop. There isn't any reason. Once you start, you just get hooked. I see. I understand a little bit. In other words, it's not a matter of killing or disliking the murder. It's a matter of when he does kill someone, whether he can devote himself to that action. It's probably the difference between being in or out of tune. Hey, didn't you ever take apart a radio when you were a kid? Radio? Dio Zawaludo! I never killed anyone like that. Right, thanks for being a moron. To be honest, it was a joke. Anime objects and inanimate objects are completely different. Maybe people like us should be doctors instead. A doctor? I hate medicine. When you get a shot, don't you feel yourself getting diluted? It's like you're becoming a puppet, right? Is that so? I have my own doctor, so I take medicine like it was nothing. It really was a lot of fun. He stands up. And with empty eyes, he looks down at me. Well, we don't need two of us in this town, right? Two lions in a cage is... in a cage this small won't even be able to mark their own territory. Looks like he's going for his knife. Big inorganic reek of a murder. He really does want to fight to the death. You should say quite naturally. Why? Well, as a living creature, you're stronger than me, but if it's a fight to the death, I'm superior to you. He grinds his teeth. After a twitching smile, ha ha ha, he laughs extremely loudly. What? Was it that funny, Killer? Hee hee hee. Man continues to laugh. Just when I thought I'd have to leave him, he stops laughing and looks at me. You're right, you know. Saying that, he starts to walk away. I guess this is a good opportunity. Now that someone like you is here, I should probably leave town. Don't really intend to take your place. No, it's useless. Got hooked tonight, right? Then it'll be the same tomorrow. I won't be able to endure even for a day. Well, I hope we won't meet again. Raising a hand, he disappears. And that we won't meet again, I get a little sad. At my feet, there are about 10 cans of coffee that he drank. In other words, he'll never pay me back for these. Yo, who in the world was that? I'm gonna guess that was actually like Tono Shiki. Like the I'm gonna guess that was Shiki. But in this route, I think he's probably just gonna leave. He's just gonna leave my boy Shiki alone. I make it back to my room. It's almost dawn. I should just forget everything and go to sleep. Kane 1. Oh shoot. Munching pain suddenly wakes me. Ouch, I lift myself up from bed. I sleepily check my back. There aren't any wounds. Pain is exactly my back, but more from my spine. Not so much pain as is the feeling of something hot welling up around the back of my neck. Must have slept wrong. It's a good thing the bed's so soft, but when it's too or just like this, all of a sudden I look down at my hands and my mind halts completely. What is this? I stare at both hands. Red. From my elbows to my hands, the skin is painted red. My fists are a dark vermilion. No, red doesn't quite describe it. The dried red on my hands is closer to black. Don't understand. Last night I spoke with Kaku-san in the courtyard and went straight to bed. Didn't do anything to make my hands like this. And I don't remember seeing a nightmare. Oh shoot. My head is throbbing with pain. Put aside wondering why my hands are painted red. It's almost 7 o'clock. I have to go wash my hands before Hisui comes to wake me up. After washing my hands, I go to the lobby. Shiki-sama. Hisui calls my name. Morning, Hisui. Woke up a little early, so I went to wash my face. Somehow I managed to blurt out an excuse. Good morning. Well then, what should we do about your change of clothes? Prepared your uniform in your room. Seems like Hisui was already in my room and we just missed each other by the stairs. Yeah, I'll go ahead and change after breakfast, so leave it there. Sorry for not being there when you came to wake me up. As you wish. I will go tell Nissan, so please wait in the sitting room. So he walks towards the west end of the mansion to call for Kaku-san. Now then, still 6:30. Sure no one is in the sitting room at this time, so I should go enjoy the morning. Nissan, you're up surprisingly early. And then, as soon as I open the door of the sitting room, Akira extremely elegantly drinking some tea. No, I'm the one who's surprised. Managing to respond calmly, I walk into the sitting room. Do you usually get up this early? Is it that early? Today I slept in an hour more than usual, so I don't think it's early at all. She seems to be in a very good mood. Usually, Nissan, it is common sense for students to get up this early. Don't assume I'm lazy like you. That's what she would say. Okay, did something good happen? Oh, I'm kind of tired. I was full of fear, to which she answers with a big smile and I nod. Nissan, please have a seat. Breakfast is not for a while, so please keep me company. Sure, I sit down on the sofa across from her. Yeah, I'm gonna... Yeah, I guess we're gonna end... We're gonna save it here. So yeah, we'll save it here. And let's see, you're trying to title. Because I'm pretty sure... Yeah, Yeah, we're on a different chapter, so... Everything from this point on should be new. I'm gonna look at exactly what choice we're on. Or like, kind of generally gauge how far we have until the end. But yeah, so we're... Yeah, so I think we're on... I think we're on choice 14. And so we've got like 4 choices left. Yeah, and then dude, the last choice on this list, that's the one that's got me kind of like, bro, where is the story even gonna go right here? Like, where is it actually gonna go? It's like actually kind of crazy. But 17? That kind of reminds me of... That kind of reminds me about some of this stuff. Huh. No, it's not. I was checking to see if it was like the same choice that you encounter on like Arcueid choice or something. And like Arcueid shows up again. I'm not sure if she will. I don't know. I'm not actually sure if Arcueid will show up in the Far Side routes really at all. Which honestly, that's kind of fine in its own way. But yeah, we're gonna end it here for the day. It's getting pretty good so far. That scene with like, I would assume it's Shiki. It might be someone else actually, but who knows? Like, it could legit be someone else. Because we don't know their gender really. We don't know if they're like a male or female, something like that. Yeah, we really don't. So there could be a few possibilities of who it is. Okay, my connection's a little bit bad right now. Darn, my connection's a bit bad right now. Why is it doing this? I don't know why I was doing that. Maybe it was that I wasn't focusing on the game. But anyway, we're gonna end it here.